Preparation. As a deacon, husband, and father, I prepare for a lot of things. As parents preparing for the birth of our children, I can remember painting the nursery, putting together furniture, and making sure, to the best of our ability, everything was prepared for their arrival. Preparation is, to a certain extent, part of our DNA. From social gatherings and parties to vacations and college and even our funerals, we tend to prepare for as much as we can so that when the time comes, we're ready for that day. And so too is the season of Advent. Advent means the arrival of a notable person, thing, or event. And who would be more notable than the Savior of our world? Advent is not a placeholder to simply signal that Christmas is near. It's a sacred season to prepare our hearts for the birth of Christ. So just like we take time to prepare for life events, both major and minor, we should take time to celebrate Advent well in our homes and with those around us. During the weeks of Advent, we spend time decorating our homes and maybe our offices. We see trees and stockings, and all that's great, but don't forget that special faith-inspired decor like a nativity scene. When they were little, my daughters would argue over who got to put the figures where. And then, once they finished placing them, it was my job to make sure we remembered where we hid the small figurine of the baby Jesus so that we could place him there on Christmas. Think about it. Spend some time reflecting on the empty manger. When we see that manger ready to accept the infant Jesus, are we readying our hearts to do the same? And while we're familiar with Advent wreaths in our churches, what about our homes? At our family table, we have our own Advent wreath. I think I got it online, and I replace the candles every couple of years. We light it when we sit for family meals during the Advent season. It's a simple reminder in our home and in our hearts to prepare for the coming of Christ. The candles on the wreath represent hope, peace, joy, and love. Perhaps this Advent, when gathering around a table, or maybe in your prayer life, you can reflect upon each of these during those weeks. What brings you hope? How can we be people of peace? Is your heart ready for the joy that is celebrated in the Christmas season? How can the love of God coming down from heaven affect you in your life? And how can you share that love with others? You know, the great thing about Advent, it's never too late to pause the hustle and bustle that the secular world thrusts upon this time. Yes, you've got to bake and wrap and do other tasks, but don't forget to prepare your heart, prepare your soul to celebrate the birth of Christ. Maybe add some simple prayer time each week or day, attend an additional weekday Mass, or spend time in adoration. Look to volunteer at a food pantry or outreach center. Visit those in nursing homes or assisted living facilities, and send not just Christmas cards, but faith-inspired cards to those who need them. Stop in to see a neighbor who might need a visit. Be Christ for them during this time. Make sure your house contains those faith-based elements like a nativity scene or an Advent wreath to remind all of us that for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him might not perish, but might have eternal life. And just like that day when we brought our infant daughters home to that nursery, we placed them gently in the space prepared for them. So too is the celebration of Advent. We are preparing a space in our hearts so that our loving Father can gently place the child Jesus there. We celebrate the season of Advent, not as a placeholder to Christmas, but as a time to reflect and prepare, a time to ready ourselves for the joy of the Christmas season and God's great gift to us, his only Son.